Hello everyone, Michael here, part-time gamer, full-time dad with another World of Warcraft Too Long Didn't Read guide. If you like these guides, get subscribed and turn on notifications as to not miss any in the future. With that being said, on with the Protection Paladin. A Protection Paladin has a very versatile toolkit which can help both a group or a raid. Your incoming damage should be relatively smooth, making you easier to heal, and with your own reactive self-heal, well, you're laughing. This guide will focus on survivability over DPS, take into account no legendaries, and assume an artifact weapon up to Concordance 1. So with that, your stat priority, which the remainder of this guide will be based off of, is Haste, Versatility, Mastery, and finally, Critical Strike. Haste is preferred because it will help maintain Shield of the Righteous uptime, which in turn smooths out your incoming damage. Also, lowering your global cooldowns and the cooldowns of your abilities is never a bad thing. So, gems, you'll want the plus 200 quick light speed in all your sockets, since haste will benefit you more than strength for survivability. If your survivability is fine, you can put a Saber's Eye of Strength in there somewhere. For your enchants, it'll be Mark of the Heavy Hide on your neck for the armor proc, Gift of Haste on your cloak for survivability, and Binding of Haste on your rings. Your consumables will be Flask of the 10,000 Scars for the added stamina, the Unbending Potion for the armor, this essentially acts as a mini weak cooldown, and the Lavish Thurmar Feast, provided you're in a situation to make use of a feast. If you need cheaper options, the Potion of Prolonged Power and the Ajari Salad aren't ideal, but will help in a pinch. Also, as a tank, you should be running with Ancient Healing Potions. For your relics, you're best off going with the highest eye level you can. If you have multiple with the same eye level, aim for Unflinching Defense, Faith's Armor, and Righteous Crusader. So now on with the meat of all the guide, the talent. In level 15 tier, you're going to be best off with Blessed Hammer, as it provides decent damage and helps with survivability via a damage debuff it places on your targets. Holy Shield unfortunately is just too random, and Consecrated Hammer just can't compete. In the level 30 tier, for ease of use, and good synergy with Avenger's Shield, and in turn Bulwark of Order, you'll be using First Avenger. Pretty much seems to me like they want us to be Captain America of AZEROTH. Anyways, for level 45, it's dealer's choice. Being a crowd control ability is up to you. I personally roll with Binding Light. For what reason? I don't know, I never use it. Level 60, I would suggest Spell Warding, as it's good against most bosses since it interacts well with magic damage, in that it reduces it. Level 75 should be Hand of the Protector for more self-healing. Knights Templar, however, can be handy in instances where you need to move a lot and are taking damage while doing so. Level 90 should be Judgment of Light by default. If a Holy Paladin is running it, then you should have a conversation about who is going to swap and what they're going to swap to. And finally, for level 100, I would say as a default pick, go Righteous Protector. Given that it reduces the cooldown of your self-heal, it's a pretty good no-brainer for survivability. People are going to argue for Seraphim in Mythic Plus or higher end rating, but we're going with ease of use in a broad scope of situations. So that's the talents. Now let's put them into play. The rotation or priority order for a Protection Paladin is very simple. Judgment is your top priority, then Avenger Shield, Consecration, and then Blessed Hammer, provided you went with the talents that I outlined above. Consecrate should be prioritized above Avengers if there isn't one down, however, such as an opener situation. When against multiple targets, it's Avengers first, then Consecrate, then Judgment, then Blessed Hammer. During all of this, make sure that you consume your Grand Crusader procs as soon as possible, as it's good damage, but more importantly adds that damage absorption shield. That's pretty much your offensive abilities, so let's hit on defensive. You've got Shield of the Righteous and Light of the Hand, or of the Protector, this of course being on whether or not you pick that talent. So Shield of the Righteous should be used when you know you'll be taking high damage. A couple small things with this: try to keep one charge in reserve for oh shit moments, and make sure you're not wasting recharge times, so try to not let it sit at 3 charges. Second up is Hand of the Protector, which is simply an instant heal. To get the most effect out of this, which you should aim to do, you should wait until your health drops between 40 or 50% to use it. If your healers are awesome, this may not happen, so it may be worth taking a couple hits without your shield up so that you can actually utilize this spell. That could be tough to manage though, so be careful. So now cooldowns. Protection Paladins have quite a few, so we're just going to touch on each one really fast. First off is Eye of Tyr being your artifact ability. This is a damage reduction ability of 25%, which also does a bit of damage to your target. This should be used in between Shield of the Righteous charges to maintain smooth incoming damage. Next is Guardian of the Ancient Kings. This should be used right before a massive hit, since it's about 50% reduction in damage. Next is Ardent Defender. Again, another damage reduction ability, but this one has a catch. If a hit would kill you while this is active, instead it's consumed and you won't die. So it's best to use it for insta-death mechanics. Then we have Lay on Hands, a heal that equals your maximum health, so it's a full heal essentially. Again, use this in those oh shit moments. And lastly is Divine Shield. This makes you immune to damage for 8 seconds, completely. The challenge here is that it's an aggro dump, so your best bet is to look up how to make a cancellation macro if you intend on using this to remove debuffs or save your skin. On top of that, a couple of abilities worth mentioning that should be on your bar just in case are Rebuke, being your interrupt, Divine Steed being your mobility ability, Avenging Wrath, which is a damage and healing increasing ability, Hand of Reckoning being of course your taunt, and all 3 blessings, all of which have different effects which we don't have time to go into in detail, so I suggest you read them carefully. So with that, we're done. Get subscribed for more videos, hit that like button, it really does help me out, and leave a comment letting me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.